we've been talking about December being the month of survival, right? We've all agreed that this month is the toughest month of the year for us so far in 2025. The comments have been going off. People have been putting their points across. People have been putting their debates across, right? So I want to get a little bit solution based with this video. What can we do, right, to survive the next year coming, right? Hopefully 2026 isn't another year of survival. Everyone's going through the same thing. And I talk to a lot of people every single day, right? So anyway, as we spoke about a lot of people being out Christmas shopping, but their hands are empty. What's going on? Is there a lack of money, right? Or are other people shopping in different ways? Are they using different methods to spend money? Are they using different methods to survive? And is everybody going to have the same Christmas as we've had over the past decade, right? Now, I didn't spend as much money as I spent over the last decade, right? But what have my habits been like? So a lot of people have been talking about this. So what I done, I went out, right? I got out to Oxford Street. I thought to myself, let me support the high street, not really small businesses, Oxford Street, but I wanted to see the climate. I wanted to see how the country looks, right? So this is me out in Oxford Street. And as I said previously on my videos, people's hands are empty-handed. People's hands are empty, but let's have a look anyway. Right, so we've all been debating about people spending. So let's have a look at their hands, right? Bear in mind, this is like 2 days before Christmas. Let's look at everyone's hands.
Just down there on the right way.
Amazing.
Yeah? So what are we saying? 1 in every 20. Look like they've got a bag. Yeah? This is Oxford Street, just so you know I'm not lying. Alright? Yeah, we can all agree this is Oxford Street, yeah? People's hands are empty. This is what I'm talking about. Their hands are empty. Look. Look. I'm making this up. Generally empty hands. Okay, so we can see right there, people's hands were generally empty-handed. But what are their habits like? Are they shopping online? Right? So while I was out, I started looking at the prices of things in the shop and I was like, whoa, some of these prices are double to what people are spending online. Now, why should I spend my money outside when I can spend my money online and spend half of it, right? And I might even be able to use flexible payment options. Something that I was going to touch on in a bit. I think if you're a small business, this is something that you need to be adopting. Flexible payment options. Like, this has been a lifesaver for us at Minko's Max. We've had clients who generally averagely spend £500-600 on a repair or £500 to £1,000 on a refurbished computer, and flexible payment options have been saving us. But anyway, let's have a look at some of these prices I was seeing in the shops, right? Extremely lightweight four hammer, plastic, by the way, plastic, £28. Crazy. £28 for that. Let's just quickly have a look at another one. We won't do too much of this stuff. For a flask. It's not even a flask, like. Yeah, this is mad. £22 for a flask. It's not even a flask, like. Yeah, this is £22 for a flask. Crazy, right? Yeah. Like, what is that? A headband. £42 for a headband. And even in the Disney store, this lift isn't working. £2. The living, £42. Yeah. And that was £42, right? £42 for a tiara. I don't even know what that is, what it's called. but that looks like £42 for a tiara, right? That's nuts, right? So let's go online. Let's see what these prices are online, and like let's just compare them to like what other people are paying, right? So here's the flask. The flask is cheaper online from the same store, right? I was in the Disney store wanting to buy my kids something for Christmas, and we can see that there's a saving of what, 25%, you could say, right there and then. That can go towards another gift, right? And what else did we see there? These little 4 hammers, right? So that 4 hammer, I think £22 or something like that, £24. This looks more or less the same. This is $8.99, right? That's less than 50%. $8.99, right? This is what I mean. Even if you include the postage, right? You're still saving money everywhere apart from this one. This one looks a bit bigger, but you get the drift, right? This one's $7.95. So why should I be spending my money on the high street? So I'm better off buying my presents online. Maybe this is why people's hands were empty on Oxford Street, because they went out and they realized that they were more or less getting ripped off as well. So what can we do, guys? What are the solutions for small businesses, and what are the solutions for us as individuals to survive, right? If 2026 is going to be the same, what can we do to survive? Right, now, I'm going to be putting a few things forward that I feel have helped me. One is the flexible payment methods. I think that can work, right? I think it does save businesses. 2 is cash flow. You want to be really aggressive with your cash, right? Reinvesting, sticking to products that are selling the most, flipping that cash flow fast, right? Another thing that you want to do with your staff, if you've got staff that's not working, that's a whole different conversation. That's a different problem altogether. But one thing that you want to do, you want to ensure that your staff are upskilled. So if, for example, their sales, you might want to be getting them on sales and marketing. So you're saving money from having an additional marketing department, right? You want to be streamlining your processes, streamlining your admin, using virtual assistants or using AI for admin to save time and money then, right? You also want to be looking at your bills, looking at your outgoings. I had to compare some of my bills with a friend the other day. You know, I'm looking at my electricity bill and I'm comparing it to hers, and I'm like, whoa, like hers is literally more than half of mine, yeah? So these are the type of things that you want to be doing, putting stuff on timers, you know, like literally, I look, people, I got my flashing lights in the back. Someone in the comments the other day said, this guy, well, I don't know what this guy's on. Look at this guy's lights. He's got 1,000 LED lights, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But trust me, once Christmas is gone, all of this is going on timers. At the moment, it's advertising for the business, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, all of this thing's going on timers. And once a certain time comes, all of these switches are off. So, and you want to look at what you're paying for. A lot of people signed up to things, signed up to subscriptions, you know, and do you actually need it? So as an individual coming into the new year, revisit all your subscription plans, you know, compete with your energy provider, compete with your internet provider, compete with your phone line provider. These are things that you want to do to save money. Like, we can all cut back, we can all probably reduce our outgoings by 10 to 20%. And this is something that might make or break us, right? But if you've got any suggestions or you've done anything that's working for you, please feel free to drop it in the comment and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what we can do to benefit each other. Let's share information. What's working for your survival? What's your solution for your survival? And do you think it's something that will work for somebody else or for someone else's small business, right? A lot of these small businesses, they're family owned, and our objective is to stay alive, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? So give us a follow, like and subscribe, share if you think you learned something from this. Peace. Let's stick to the community, guys. Let's have community. Yeah? Love.